Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vira. Here we're talking all about knitting, and today I want to do a review of my knitting book which I bought last year. It was released last year and it's a book by Marianne Isager, A Knitting Life Out into the World. In one of my previous videos I showed this book and asked if you want me to review it, and well, to be fair, only one of you said yes for a review. But I still want to do it anyway because I really like this book. But as with everything, there is pluses and minuses, and I want to highlight them, and then you can decide if you want to add this book to your collection or maybe skip this one. But before we begin, I want to say a huge thank you for all of you who subscribed, because especially after my knitting plans 2024 video, so many of you have subscribed to my channel, left comments under the video, and I'm so grateful. It was only my third or fourth video, I don't know. I did not expect it to be this popular. So now it's more than 500 subscribers, and I did not expect that when I started the YouTube channel. I thought like no one will see it, so I will do my videos anyway. I was a little bit afraid, unsure if I need to do it, how I will do it. So, but I was very chill, because I knew like maybe like 10 people will see it, so it's not that big of a deal. But when 500 of you have subscribed to me after a couple of weeks, it's something I did not expect, but I'm so glad, and it gives me so much motivation to continue, to improve, and to film more videos. So thank you so much. I hope you will enjoy all of my future videos. Now I feel a little bit more pressure because I know like more people are watching my videos, but yeah, it will give you motivation to grow and to learn more about knitting, improve my English skills. Thank you once again, thank you so much. And one more thing before we move on to the book review, I want to say what I'm wearing today. I have first of all this amazing, one of my favorite jackets. It's a drift jacket by Rose Knitwear. It has a very oversized fit, but it's cropped. It looks very like casual, modern. I really like it. It has this collar which you can button up or leave it undone like I do right now, and it has this very interesting cables all over, very unusual cable motifs, which I enjoy. And I made it with drops Andis in the color brown, I think. It's not actually brown, it's very interesting color. It's more like purple-ish, brownish, grayish. So it's like combination of all of those different colors into one, and I really like this color. I don't really like the yarn because it peels a lot, especially like here on the inside of the sleeves, and I did not enjoy working with it, but it's alright. It's not the worst, it's not the best, so I'm glad that I have it. And underneath the jacket I have my camisole number 8, I believe. I never remember the number of any of my favorite things, knitwear knits. So camisole number 8 by my favorite things knitwear, in the color Dusty Banana, and the yarn Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino. Dusty Banana, yeah, that's how I'm supposed to say it. So it's like all over, also cabled camisole. And now we can jump right into the review of a book. I want to say Small disclaimer, I bought this book with my own money, so all of the opinions are mine, not influenced by anything. So you will hear me talking about not only pluses for this book, but also there was some minuses, which I also want to bring up. I split my review into 3 different sections. It's a first impression, it's stats, numbers, and also the final thoughts. So let's start with the first impression. So when I just got this book and unboxed it, I was really impressed by the quality of this book. It's a very heavy, very sturdy book. It's a hardcover. It has a very nice binding here on the side. It's and I think it's made out of like a cotton or some kind of like fabric. So it's a different feel, different texture from the other parts of the cover. I really like it. It's a really nice touch, not your usual like typical book. When you open the book, everything is very well organized, very nice print, nice colors, nice photos. I really like the font that was used, or fonts were used in this book. They are very readable, nice size, not small, not large, so it's very easy to read. It's not hurting my eyes, at least. Also, what I like about this book, it's the photos of the models of the garments. For example, you will see like a full body shot of the garment, which of course we all need because we need to know how it sits on the model, what's the fit, the suggested fit, intended fit of the garment. We also have some close-up shots to see the details, maybe how the cuffs are made, the color, or any other details that author wanted to highlight. And what I also like, we have this photo of the garment, but also the photo of what was the inspiration for this garment. And this book is all about this inspiration by the nature, by the travel. So this book split it into 2 different sections. First section is the Marianne Isager, her own story, her own memories from her journeys in different parts of the world, and her inspiration for all of the creations from this book. I'm gonna be honest, I did not read the whole book. I just read a couple of chapters here and there just to get to know what this book is about. I bought this book primarily for its purpose, using the patterns to knit. But of course, if you're interested in the author and her stories, what she experienced in her life, it's very also interesting read, and you can find a lot of inspiration behind it. I think it's a very nice book to just to have it on like a coffee table, or yeah, just somewhere on display, and maybe not only knitters will find it interesting because it has a lot of photos of travels, like I said. Let me find, yeah, and very nice, beautiful photos. Also a lot of photos of her like really old designs. Yeah, this one, really nice alpacas, so cute. Local people she met in the different parts of the world. So it's very nice, very good looking book to have. Now let's talk about some numbers. So like I said, this book is split into 2 different sections. First, it's Marianne's story and her journeys, her travels and inspiration behind it. And the second part, it's actual patterns. And in her inspiration, in her story part, it's also split into 4 different sections. And based on the countries or parts of the world she traveled to. So it's Latin America, Greenland, Nepal and Africa. And you can find that different garments really represent different categories. And now the numbers. So in this book you'll find patterns for 13 sweaters, 2 hats, 1 jacket and 1 t-shirt. And here comes my first minus of this book. This book is mostly sweaters. 90% of the book is sweaters. So if you're looking for some diversity, for something, for some difference in patterns. It's not that. Here you won't find it. This book is for someone who knits sweaters, and rarely from time to time you can knit a hat or a cardigan, for example, or a t-shirt. But this is for sweater lovers, which, to be fair, I'm not against. But I would love to have a bit more variety in patterns, like maybe more cardigans, maybe some scarves, maybe some accessories like mittens, for example, would be nice to have. But I'm not mad in any way about the amount of sweaters in this book. You can find all of the patterns on Ravelry from this book. I'm not going to show you all of them. I think at the end of the video I will show you my top 5, for example, patterns. But if you're interested, please go to Ravelry or Isager website, and you can check what all of the patterns that this book has. And now let's talk about more numbers. So I read and I flipped through all of the patterns. Of course, I did not read the whole pattern from top to bottom, but I tried my best, and I found some interesting numbers that I want to share with you. So from those 13 sweaters from this book, 12 of them are color work, and only one sweater is not color work, and it's a cable sweater. From the 12 colorwork sweaters, there is one striped sweater, and there is one sweater made out of squares, which is very interesting construction. So 7 of them are knitted bottom up, which is very, I think, unusual for current state of the patterns. I think everything now, or at least like majority of the patterns, which I've seen at least now, is a top down, and here it's like 7 of the 13 sweaters are bottom up, so it's half. So 5 of them are top down, and there is a couple more with just different constructions. So 8 of the sweaters are drop shoulder, 3 raglans, and 1 round yoke. So that's the fun and interesting stats. And from all of those numbers, you can already see if you will enjoy this book. For example, I did not know that a lot of the patterns, a lot of the sweaters will be knitted bottom up. I tried this construction once. It was alright. I don't have anything against it. I did not have any bad experiences with it yet. For example, this cardigan was knitted bottom up and then sewn together, so I can do it. It's not a problem. It might be not the best thing to do, because you can't really like try it on and see how it, if it's working for you or no. And then when you actually have the whole garment, it's too late to change something. So I see the minuses in that. I don't understand the pluses of the bottom up. So if you professional, or if you're experienced knitter and you know why some patterns are knitted bottom up, please let me know, because I can find only like minuses, and I can't really highlight the big plus of the bottom up construction, at least for myself. But I'm not against it, so I will knit some sweaters from this book bottom up. If you like raglans, for example, or round yokes, here most of them are drop shoulder. But I think it's pretty commonly used construction, so a lot of the sweaters, like modern patterns out there, are drop shoulder, so I think it's not a problem. Also, what I wanted to say about this book, so like I said, I did not read every single pattern description, but I read some of them, and I found some interesting things about them. First of all, I want to say that this book is for experienced knitters, because the pattern don't really hold your hand a lot. It gives you a lot of guides of what you should do and how to adjust your knitwear. For example, there are a lot of, well, I don't want to say a lot, but in some of the patterns, alternatives to what you can do with the garment. Like in this one, it's an alpaca sweater, and for example, if you don't like alpacas, if it's like too cute for you, there is an alternative geometrical pattern that you can replace alpacas with. Or there is also alternative of adding more alpaca color work charts to the sweater. So those like details like this book has a lot. For example, there is a different alternative construction. One of the sweaters, here I might be wrong, but I think one of the sweaters were suggested to knit bottom up and top down, but don't hold me accountable for that one. I really don't remember. What I remember for sure, there is one sweater that I am planning to knit soon. It's a color work sweater, and there is two alternatives of how can I do it. So I can knit the bottom up until I need to split for the arms in the round, and then I can just separate the front and the back and knit flat. And knitting color work flat is not really fun. I tried it, it wasn't the best experience. Or there is an alternative to just continue knitting in the round and then sticking it, which is also not ideal for me because I've never tried it. I'm afraid of sticking as everyone else, I think. So right now I'm still thinking what I'm going to do with that one, but we'll see. It's a problem for future me. So it has this alternative, and it explains what you should do for those different paths you want to take. One of the sweaters, this one, to be precise, has an alternative to have a hood or remove a hood, and it tells you what you need to do if you want to choose either of those options. So in that sense, this book gives you a lot more than what you might think you will get just flipping through it. And now let's move on to my final thoughts about the book. So, like I already mentioned, I think this book is for experienced knitter who knows what they're doing, who knows the construction of the sweater, who can adjust their knitting on the fly, who doesn't need their hand to be held by the pattern throughout the whole process. So if you're experienced and you want some challenge, it's for you. Also, this book is for color lovers, obviously, because from all of the garments that you'll find in this book, only one is not color work in some type of form. So if you want something simple, it's not for you. If you want some challenge, if you love color work, it's absolutely book for you. Also for someone who loves just a bit different construction for the sweater. So if you're tired of a top-down raglan sweater or drop-shoulder sweater, this book is also for you. You will find a lot more interesting constructions of the books, of the sweaters. So not only bottom-up, like I said, there are some other constructions, not a lot of them, but still, which I've never seen before, like a sweater made out of like squares, and then I don't know how exactly because I did not read that pattern. Maybe sewn together, maybe it's like one, you start with one square and then somehow expand. So it's something interesting, something you can play around with. Also, this book is for someone who wants their skills to improve, develop their skills more, learn new techniques, explore new possibilities for the sweater constructions. So if you're all of that, I can really recommend this book. If you're not a color work knitter, if you're not a sweater knitter, if you're not an interesting, challenging construction sweater knitter, then this book is probably not for you, and maybe skip it and look for something else. What I want to say also that this book, like I said, is really nice, good quality book. So I love to have it on my bookshelf because it's very like pleasing to just hold it, look at it. It's a very nice touch. It has a very nice like feeling to it, but there is an option on Isager website. You can buy separate patterns from this book. yeah, if you like, for example, only one sweater from the book, you can buy it. You can buy just one separate pattern. You don't need the whole book. I don't mind to have a whole book. So if I would like lose it, or someone stole it from me, I don't know. If someone happened to this book, I would probably buy this book again. Because like I said, it's very nice. It's very nice looking. And now I want to show you my top 5, like I said, sweaters from this book. So if you've seen my knitting plans for 2024, you've seen this sweater before. It's a pelican sweater, and it's my #1 favorite favorite pattern from this book. I bought this book because of this sweater. I already started planning the yarns that I want to use, the colors that I want to use for the sweater. I am thinking of filming like a separate video dedicated only like for knitting this sweater, but I'm not sure. It will take quite a lot of time, a long period of time to film the whole process, but I might try it. Don't know yet. So this one, my #1. #2 is this alpaca sweater. I also really like it. Alpacas are cute. I also like the colors. I like the fit of the sweater. I think I like the mood of this photo model wearing it with like a wide-legged pants. White wide pants. It's very relaxed, chill, but also very put together, which I want to be like that. So that's my #2 pattern that I'm also probably going to knit, hopefully this year. We'll see. My #3 is this pattern. So this is the Takil, I think, sweater. I hope I pronounce it correctly, Takil. And all of those 3 patterns were inspired by Latin America. So as you can see, I need to go to Latin America. I think I would enjoy it because I really like all of these patterns inspired by Latin America. So #4, it's a safari sweater. It looks like this. It's also interesting color work. I really like this, just a big block of color work in front and at the bottom, but it's not all over color work, all over sweater color work. It covers only the front and the back of the body. And I like the very geometrical forms. It also has a matching hat to it. So yeah, that's my #4, and like the name suggests, safari, it comes from the African inspiration comes from the African travels. The #5 is the only cabled sweater from this book. It's this one, Inuit sweater. Really interesting cable. Also, I've never seen cables like this before. They are starting small around the neck and then growing. It's a shame that there is no, I think it's the only sweater where there is no like full body shot of the model wearing it. So I can't really see how it fits her properly, but yeah, like I said, here the cable starts small and then grow bigger and bigger and bigger down to the body, and it's a round yoke construction. So that would be also interesting to try to knit this pattern. So that was my #5 sweaters from the book and my review of the book. Let me know your thoughts about the book. Are you interested in buying it, or maybe you changed your mind? Also, please don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me, if you want to follow my knitting journey and see how I will knit the sweaters from this book. Thank you so much for watching, for staying till the end, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.